The morning had a strange kind of beauty, the kind that arrives quietly before life decides to test you. The streets of Brooklyn Heights shimmered with early sunlight, casting golden reflections on the windows of brownstone apartments. Birds fluttered above the street trees, delivery trucks rumbled in the distance, and the whole neighborhood felt like it was holding its breath for something important. This was the day Ethan Cole had waited for. Welcome back to my channel, Classic Stories. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Now, let's dive into the story. Walking briskly across the pavement, Ethan clutched a thin folder to his chest, his resume, the one he had perfected over countless nights. Today he had an interview at Eastbridge Technologies, one of the fastest-growing companies in New York. A job there meant stability, a future, and maybe finally getting out of the never-ending cycle of part-time jobs and overdue bills. His shirt was clean but old, his shoes polished but worn at the edges. Still, his eyes held hope, a hope he had earned through years of struggle. He was rehearsing his introduction in his mind when it happened. Just ahead, at the corner of Cypress Street, a young woman staggered out from behind a newspaper stand. She pressed a hand to her forehead, swayed, and collapsed straight onto the sidewalk. Time slowed. People walked past her, some glancing, most ignoring. But Ethan didn't think twice. He dropped his folder and rushed forward. Hey, are you okay?" he asked, kneeling beside her. The girl looked barely 20. Her long, dark hair spilled across the pavement, and her pastel blue dress was wrinkled as if she had been running. Her breathing was shallow, her face alarmingly pale. My head, I haven't eaten," she whispered. Ethan's heart kicked into overdrive. He slid an arm behind her back and gently helped her sit against the wall of a bakery. He unscrewed the water bottle in his bag, guiding it to her lips with careful hands. "You're safe. Just breathe," he said softly. Minutes stretched. 5, 10, 15. That's when Ethan realized his interview time had already started. His stomach tightened. He glanced at his watch. He was finished. No way he could still make it. No way they'd wait. Yet he didn't move, because at that moment, this girl needed him more than his dreams did. She finally opened her eyes fully, breathing steadier now. "Thank you," she whispered. "I didn't mean to scare you. I just haven't slept or eaten properly. Bad day." "Everyone's allowed to have one," Ethan replied, attempting a smile he didn't quite feel. He helped her call a ride, waited until she was safely inside, and only stepped away when she gave him a small, grateful wave through the window. Then he turned toward Eastbridge Technologies, toward the future he had just lost. Inside the skyscraper lobby, the receptionist looked at him with sympathetic eyes. "I'm so sorry, sir. The interview's just ended." He swallowed hard. Is there any way?" She shook her head gently. The hiring manager already left. It was a quiet defeat, the kind that presses on your chest long after it's done. Ethan walked back outside, hands in his pockets, shoulders heavy, dreams bruised. That evening, back in his tiny studio apartment, he didn't tell anyone what happened. Not his sister, not his friends. Some things hurt more when you speak them aloud. Days passed. Ethan returned to his routine, organizing boxes in a dusty warehouse, delivering groceries to high-rise condos, trying to save whatever little he could. He reminded himself he did the right thing, that helping someone mattered. But some nights, he wished the world rewarded kindness as much as ambition. Then, one rainy Tuesday afternoon, everything changed. Ethan was delivering packages when his phone rang. Unknown number. "Hello? Is this Ethan Cole?" a woman's professional voice asked. "Yes, speaking. My name is Mara Dawson. I'm the executive assistant to the CEO of Eastbridge Technologies. Mr. Collins would like to meet you. Today, as soon as possible." Ethan froze. Meet the CEO? Why? Had they reconsidered? Had someone complained about him? Had they found his forgotten resume? He wiped his hands on his jacket and rushed toward the nearest subway. The CEO's office was breathtaking. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the East River, polished marble floors, a quiet hum of authority. Behind a large oak desk sat Richard Collins, a man with silver-streaked hair and calm, observant eyes. But it wasn't the CEO who shocked Ethan. It was a girl sitting on the leather sofa, beside him, the girl from the street. Except now, she wasn't pale or trembling. She looked strong, confident, almost glowing. She stood up immediately. "I told you he'd come." Her smile was warm, grateful. "My name is Lena Collins," she said. "That day you saved me." Ethan blinked in confusion. Richard Collins stepped forward. My daughter told me everything, he said. The collapse, your help, how you stayed with her even after your interview time passed. Lena nodded. I tried finding you, but I didn't know your name. We used security footage from the street cameras to identify you. Ethan felt heat rise to his face. The CEO continued. In this company, skills matter. But character? He gestured toward Ethan. That's priceless and rare. Then he said the words that made Ethan's breath hitch. I'd like to offer you a better position than the one you originally applied for. A project coordination trainee role with full benefits and long-term growth. Ethan's throat tightened. He had never imagined this, not even in his best dreams. Lena smiled softly. Sometimes, she said, the world does notice good people. It just takes a moment. Ethan blinked away the sting in his eyes. His journey hadn't broken him. His kindness had saved him. And all it took was a decision he made in a single heartbeat. Sometimes life closes a door, not to punish you, but to open a better one. And sometimes the smallest act of compassion becomes the very thing that changes your destiny.